Hi guys, I'm Abby and this is my channel, and today is the fourth video of this series of my bookshelf organization. Every week I reorganize my books in different ways and keep them that way for a week and see how I like them. Right now they're in genre order if you haven't seen that video from last week, but this week I'm going to order them alphabetically, which is actually how I had them before I started this series, but I think it's a good way to end this series, kind of going back and make sure I remember how it was. But next week I will be picking how I will be keeping my shelves, at least for the next little while. So this is the last week where I will change them for just 1 week. And you can catch up on all the rest of the videos in the playlist that I made of this series. It's been really great doing it. I've liked having my books different ways, seeing how I like them, how I don't like them, kind of seeing the pros and cons of each. When I go through my picking video, I will kind of go over each way I've sorted my books and what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, kind of more in depth than I did in their separate videos. But since I'm doing my next shelves alphabetically, I think when I take them down, I'm just going to go through and pick each letter as I go through the alphabet. So my first round through, I'll just pick out all the A's, make piles of the letter as I take them down, and then put them in alphabetical order and then put them back up. I think I will keep how I did it before. I had some shelves that had multiple letters on them because they were smaller letters. I don't think I have 26 shelves for each letter. I think the next week I will know kind of how it will go, since this is how I had them before. I have had genre before too. It's just been a couple of years, but alphabetical is usually how I like my books. I find it very easy because I usually know the author of a book I'm looking for. But like I said, I really enjoyed making this series. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Let's get started taking the books down. I cleaned off all the shelves. They're in their separate piles by letter. Off camera, I'm going to go through and put them in alphabetical order before I start putting them back in the shelves. It actually went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, because I had forgotten when I was putting the genres up. I put them sort of in alphabetical order in the genres, so I just had to go to the next point of each section and get the next letter. So it went a little quicker than I thought it was going to, which is super nice. It's really nice because it's kind of warm out today, so it's a little warm in my apartment. You think this far in October it'd be a little cooler, but I guess not here in Texas. So I'll show you guys the piles real quick. I have them just kind of in a circle around me in the letter orders. So like I said, I'm off camera going to put them in alphabetical order within each letter and then put them back on the shelves. I'm going to have it how I had it before I started this series. It's going to go A, B, C, and go down. Unlike size and color, I went across as I went through each category, but I'm gonna go down and then back up to the next shelf and go down. So A will be over here and W will be down there. But yeah, I'll show you real quick the kind of the size of every letter that I have. So here we have A's and then B's, C's with an extra pile back there. I have D, that's E and F. I have 2 piles for G. Then this is H. And then I and J are kind of in the same pile there, and then K next to it. And then this is L. There's 2 M's, one little one of N and O. That's P. I have no Q, so these are 2 R's here. And then this is S, these 2 piles. And then I always put this on a different shelf, but this whole pile right here is my Shakespeare pile, and it gets a whole shelf by itself. And then I have a large T pile, and then that's U and V, and then W and Z. So those are all my books laid out in alphabetical order. I'm gonna go through and put them in order in each letter and then put them on the shelves. All right, so I have all the books alphabetized. I just have to put them on the shelves now. Let's get going. Alright, so there are my shelves back in alphabetical order. This is how I'm used to seeing them. I don't think much has changed. In the couple weeks I may have added a few more books, but I think every letter made it to the same shelf it was on before. As I said before, it goes A, B, C, and so on, going back up and then down. The only letter that takes up 2 shelves is S, and that's because Shakespeare takes up 1 shelf by himself. So S is up here, I put the S's up here, and I leave Shakespeare right below it. Obviously I have to stack it a little specially for Shakespeare because I have so many, so he gets a shelf all his own. But there are a few letters that are combined. I think I put like V and U with the T's, and then I think J and K are together. I have 1 I, author, so I put him with the H's. So there are a few letters together, but for the most part, a lot of letters have their own shelves. Some of them are really close to taking 2 shelves, like the M's and the R's are pretty close, but that's because I have like major series, or M's a very popular name, but like R's, I have all my Harry Potters, which takes up, half the shelf. But I kind of expect to know how this week will go. I don't know, there's some contenders from the last few weeks that I really enjoyed having. And next week is when I'm going to pick what shelving I'm going to stick with. And it might be a hard decision. Of course, I love my alphabetical. That's what I've had it for the last year at least. But maybe I'll choose a new one. Who knows? We'll see after this week. But I will report how I like this setup after a whole week, because I will take them down. Even if I decide to stick with alphabetical, I will still take it down to film the video. I'll take it down in a special way. I don't know, maybe I'll change it again. But after a week, I'll still report how I felt about it and maybe compare it to the others.
So I've had my books in alphabetical order for the last week. This is the last setup I'm doing, but it felt like old times. This is how I had my books set up before I started this series. So everything was very simple to find. I think I added a few books during the last few weeks. But yeah, it was very simple. It was enjoyable because it's what I'm used to. So, but I don't know. I don't think that will necessarily mean I will keep it this way. I'm about to start writing down the pros and cons of each and, you know, decide which one I want to go with, which will be in the next video. I am a little excited that I don't have to take these books down again anytime soon. It's fun, but it is a lot of work. But I hope you guys like this video and like this series. There's one more video coming of it. Comment down below what was your favorite order, either by look or by function.
But next week is the last video of this series, and I will be picking what shelves I'm gonna stick with, but also going over pros and cons of the other ones that I did, kind of more in detail, and comparing them against each other a little more. But I hope you guys have liked this series. I really enjoyed filming it, even though it is kind of tiring organizing these books every week. It's been fun, and I really enjoy seeing how I like or dislike my setup of my shelves. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. And I hope you guys have a good week. And remember, if you want to be someone, why not be you? Bye, guys.